All right, this is the magic trick. Starts off like this. Here we go. I'm just going to run it through full speed. All right, I want you to pick a card with your mind. Don't point it out. Just pick out a card. Remember it and write it down for me. Make sure I can't see it.
Here's the card, and I'm giving it to my group member.
All right. Now tell me, which row is it in?
It's in... Where'd it go? Yeah, it's in the first row.
It's in the first row.
Yes.
You're sure?
Yes.
All right. Make sure they're sure. Now which row is it in?
It's in the second row.
It's really us doing the trick. All right. Last time, which row was it in?
Third.
All right, I want you to pick two piles for me.
I picked this one and that one.
All right, pick one more pile.
That one.
All right, now what I want you to do is make a fist for me on the table. Make sure the camera can see it. Okay, and correct scissor grip, just like that. All right, now hold it up. Make sure you hold it not too loose, not too tight. Hold it up so it's right in the middle of the vision.
Four of clubs, that's right. That's
Ready?
not possible.
All right,
That's pretty great.
this is how it's done. All right, we do actually use a normal deck of cards. We take 21 cards out of it. Of those 21 cards, we're going to put it into 3 different piles of 7. And we do it across ways. It's very important that we go from left to right, not top to bottom when we do the piles. So we set it up. This is the initial setup for it. We're going to put it in 3 different rows, 3 distinct rows, each with 7 cards. 7's an important number, and you'll see why in a second. Now, you ask someone to pick a card with their mind. Make sure they don't point it out. Make sure they don't tell you or anything like that. Otherwise, the trick won't work, obviously. So go ahead and pick a card.
I picked the 8 of spades.
Okay. She picked the 8 of spades. So we ask her, what pile is it in? Which row is it? I'm sorry. Which row is it in?
First row.
It's in the first row. Now we want to make sure to put the first row in the center. So we'll take the second row first. Take the first row and put it in, sandwich it in between the other 2 rows. Like that. Now we have the cards back together, and again, we lay it out from left to right, 7 cards, 3 rows with 7 cards. All right, again, we ask what row is it in?
First row.
So again, we put this in the middle. What you want to do is look at the person, talk to them, whatever. Anything that should distract them from the fact that you're actually putting the first row in the middle of the other 2 rows. Otherwise, they're kind of starting to catch on. But if you're talking to them and all that stuff, then they get distracted and they don't realize. They just figure you're picking them upside left to right. And that's part of the trick. All right, again, we do it one more time. Same setup as the first time. One more time, left to right. 7 cards, 3 rows. And one last time, we ask her which row is it in. You know, it's in the second one. So again, we sandwich that in the middle. Usually it's going to be the second one, and now this time, you don't have to distract them quite so much because the natural way to collect the cards will put the second row in the middle. And here's where the trick comes in. Now we have all the cards together, and the magic number for this trick is 11 because the card will always be the 11th card in the deck. So we make our piles of 4. We count it. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And it doesn't matter after that. Scan these other cards like you're actually thinking about something. You can show them to the camera if you want, and we'll discard them because we know it's not there. It's magic. So then,
voodoo face.
right. So now we ask them. Now we ask her to pick 2 piles.
First and the second.
All right, and no matter what 2 piles she picks, if it contains this one, then we eliminate the other 2. If it doesn't contain this one, then we eliminate the 2 that she picked. For example, she picked these 2, so we'll sweep those out of the way. But if she picked this one and this one, for example, we take these 2 out of the way. Always make sure this pile stays intact. This is the only one that matters. She picked these 2 right here. Sweep them away. You can sell the trick by kind of putting your hand over it or whatever, like you're feeling out if the card's in there or not. You're gonna get rid of those piles anyway. And then you say, okay, can we pick one more pile?
This one.
Okay, and we do this, and we sweep away the pile that doesn't contain the card. Now, for the final setup, what you want to do is make sure that their card, the 11th card, the 8 of spades in this case, always ends up on the bottom of the pile of 4. Bottom of the pile of 4. From the initial setup, what we want to do is distract them by telling them to make a fist with their hand. And so while you're looking at my fist and you're trying to make a fist like that, I'm arranging the cards this way to make sure that the 8 of spades is always on the bottom. And she's making her fist, and it holds it like this. That way, what we do with the cards, we set them up this way so that the bottom card has a little bit more of an edge hanging over than the other ones. That is, the top 3 cards kind of are resting on the bottom card. That way when we do the smash, these ones all go away, and this one is the only one gripped. So we go like this. Not too tight, not too loose. If you hold it too tight, all the cards are going to stay. If you hold it too loose, they're all going to go away. So you kind of want to set it for them and have them raise it up a little bit. And then you just hit the cards on the end, and only one's left. It's the 8 of spades.